Hey guys, it's ViLo Energy Healing. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a general reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for the month of November. Now, these messages may not resonate with every Leo out there, so please just take what resonates with you and leave out the rest. Also, stay tuned for your bonus info that's going to be coming up after this. All right, Leo, let's see what we got going on for you this month. You know, this month is about thinking with your head. All right, there's no feelings, no sugarcoating, no BS, just the facts. You're making decisions based on truth. All right, you're being very direct and honest because you're seeing things for what they really are. All right, and you're just telling it like it is. You know, you're being real, you're speaking the truth, and you really don't care who gets mad about it. You know, right now it's all about like balance. All right, whether it's in love, money, or even support, you don't want to feel like you're doing all the work. Right? You just want things to feel fair. So if you're giving, you better be receiving something back. You know, there's no more one-sided shit. All right? There needs to be equal give and take or it's done. And you're not wasting your time on people who don't match your energy. All right? You know, Leo, your biggest problem is not finishing what you start. All right? You're half-assing shit left and right. You start and then you lose focus and it never gets finished. You know, things just keep falling apart because the follow through isn't there, right? That's why you keep missing all these opportunities. You know, this month is going to show you exactly where you're not putting in enough effort, okay? You know, I'm also picking up like you're stuck in the past. You're holding on to shit like it still matters. Okay, you keep replaying the same old stories in your head and it's just keeping you stuck. You know, all these old memories and old feelings are making it harder for you to really move forward. All right, listen, the past doesn't define the future, right? The past is done. It's not coming back. Let's see. You know, Leo, you moved way too fast before. All right, you rushed into things without really thinking or caring about the consequences just to make shit happen. And now you're realizing that not everything needs to be rushed. Right, that rush left you with more problems than progress. And yeah, it got you somewhere, but it also caused a hell of a lot of drama. You know, right now, things are starting to move in your favor, all right? This change is happening whether you like it or not, and you can feel it. You know, the wheels turning, the cycles are flipping. It's like you're stepping into this whole new phase of your life. Right? This energy is bringing not just change, but growth and opportunities. All right? Doors that were closed before are now finally opening up for you. It's like life is just pushing you to move forward. Don't fight it. All right? Just see where it takes you. You know, Leo, you're finally catching a break when it comes to like hanging out, like your social life. All right? People around you feel more supportive and the energy is just much lighter than it's been. Okay, you could be hanging out with your friends, having good conversations, or maybe even making up with someone that, you know, you weren't on good terms with. Just feels like fun energy, okay? And after all the crap that you've been dealing with, you needed this, okay? And it's about time that you got to enjoy yourself. You know, you're not the type of person that has to control or have your hands all over every little thing, right? You know when to chill out. You don't have to be the loudest one in the room or forcing things to go your way. You know, backing off shows that you've got nothing to prove. And people notice that more than when someone tries to control everything. You know, there's people around you, okay, and they want teamwork. Believe it or not, they actually want to work with you instead of against you. You know, some of them are just ready to show up and put in the effort if you let them. Leo, the help is there if you want it. The question is, will you accept it? Okay, you're hoping that all the work that you've been putting in finally pays off and shows you some kind of result. You want it so bad, but in the back of your head, you keep thinking, well, what if none of this even works? Or what if I did all this for nothing? You know, that back and forth between wanting it to work out and doubting if it's ever going to happen is taking a toll on you. Okay, Leo, by the end of November, you can expect some drama to come up. Okay, tension, arguments, petty fights. The people with a lot of egos, all right, they're just trying to stir things up. And everyone wants to be right. But you got to decide if it's even worth you getting involved just to prove a point. Okay, the outcome depends on how you handle it. And sometimes, you're better off just walking away. Hey Leo, this is ViLo Energy Healing. Welcome back to part 2 of your reading. This is going to be your bonus info for the month of November. All right, so let's start off with some timing windows, okay? I'm going to start from the beginning of the month and work my way towards the end. Let's see what we got here. All right, so November 4th to the 6th, okay? That's when balance and give and take shows up, all right? You're going to see who gives back and who doesn't. Now, the 11th to the 13th, okay, that's when past energy comes back, all right, pulling at you to just finally release it. Then we have here the 18th to the 20th, okay, that's when celebration, support, or like a lighter energy shows up. Now, the 25th to the 27th, that's when conflict or arguments come up, all right? It's like a test of how you handle people with egos. Okay, let's just see here. Now, for zodiac signs that came up in your reading, okay, this could be somebody you're dealing with. It doesn't have to be. Okay, don't get too fixated on the signs. You could be dealing with any sign. All right, I have here Libra, Sagittarius, Aries, Capricorn, and Aquarius. Okay? All right, let's see. I'm going to jump into some symbols that you might be seeing or possibly ignoring, okay? Let's see here. Picking up 222, okay, that has to do with balance and partnerships being tested. Also picking up 888, okay, that's cycles of growth and opportunity turning in your favor. All right, let's see here. Picking up the color gold, all right, that has to do with power, confidence, and, standing out. I'm also seeing bridges, all right? Bridges have to do with connections that help you move forward. Now, just some extra clues too. Some of you might be having dreams of old friends, all right? People from the past coming back around. That's what that has to do with. Also picking up on like hearing laughter randomly, like out of nowhere. All right, that's a sign of like lighter energy and support around you. Okay, let me just see here. I'm going to jump into some initials. Okay, could be your name, their name, first name, last name. Place it how you see fit. Let's see here. We have A, C, E, F, G, K, J, N, and R. All right, guys, that's what I have for you today. If you're enjoying the bonus info, you want me to continue this way, just hit the like button or just leave me a quick comment to let me know. All right, thanks for watching, and until next time, sending you love and light.